Hi Americans, I'm Canadian, and you might have heard that your president is planning to impose a 25% tariff on all imports coming into the United States from Canada and Mexico. Now, you might have heard that those tariffs will be paid by Canada and Mexico, but that's not true because that's not how tariffs work. A tariff imposed by the United States is paid by the American doing the importing of products from another country. That means if a product is made in Canada and then imported into the United States, it's the American importing the product that pays the 25% tax. That makes that product 25% more expensive to the American consumer. Now, the simple reality is the overwhelming majority of products made in Canada or Mexico won't be competitive in the American marketplace if there's a 25% increase on their prices because of an import tax. So what's going to happen is those products just won't be imported into the United States anymore, reducing the total supply of products in the American market. Now, as you probably know, in a free market like the United States, the price of a product is based on supply and demand. So if the supply of products goes down, the price of those products goes up, which means these tariffs are going to raise the price of products in the United States. Now, this is true even if those products are made in the United States, because all that matters is total supply, not the origin of the product. The result of that is that the total profits of American corporations making products in the United States are going to go up too. Your president is doing this because he says that United States corporations are going to reinvest those products into more production in the United States, which is going to result in higher wages for American workers. And to be fair, 40 or 50 years ago, that's probably what would have happened. But if there's something we've seen about the US economy since the 2008 market crash, it's that corporate profits going up don't result in increased wages anymore. There's a lot of different reasons for that, but the main ones are that automation, robotics, and artificial intelligence are better and better at replacing manufacturing workers. So the demand for manufacturing workers simply isn't going up anymore. And since demand for manufacturing workers isn't going up anymore, the price of those workers, their salaries, won't go up either. So if recent history is any indication, the only thing that'll happen is corporate profits are going to go up because the prices you pay will too. If you're an average American, this is going to hurt you, but there's no sugarcoating it. It's going to hurt us in Canada and Mexico a lot more. That's because over the last 30 years, deals we made with the United States and our trust that the United States would keep its word with those deals have combined our economies to a very high degree. Trade with the United States represents a very large portion of our economies, just as it represents a large portion of yours. And if that trade comes to a stop because you have to pay a 25% tax on our goods, most of our economy is going to suffer tremendously. But here's the thing. We'll eventually be okay. We'll find other markets and other countries around the world willing to trade our products with us, just like we used to trade them with you. And eventually our economy will recover. We've done it before. When that happens, our prices will stabilize, our jobs will come back, and we'll have much stronger economic, social, and political ties with other countries in the United States. But meanwhile, in the United States, not only will your prices probably stay high and your salaries probably stay low, you'll also have weaker economic and political influence over your neighbors to the north and the south. Now, I'm not here to tell you what to think. You can support these policies and pay these taxes if you think, contrary to all recent history, they're actually going to work. But you should at least know what you're getting into. And you should also know that even if we argue over trade, when all of this is over, we'll still want to be your neighbors and your friends, just like we've always been.